Guys, stay tuned to the end of this episode to learn how to build this super easy iron farm. Let's get into it. Hey guys, this is Backdraft and welcome to episode 7 of my Minecraft survival series. Thank you so much for joining me today. So we are over at my spider XP farm and I've got the volume turned down quite a bit because these bad boys are pretty noisy. So we're just over here repairing my shovel because we have a bunch of stuff to do in this episode. First off, we want to make some more snow so that we can continue work on our massive plantation mega base. And then we also want to do some mining. Now, why do we need to do mining? And that's because we are almost completely out of resources. We're almost out of coal. We're almost out of iron. So we're going to need to go do a mining session to get those resources back. Now, why do we need iron? Well, that's because I need the resources to build my very own iron farm. That way we'll never have to mine iron ever again. So for that, we're going to need things like hoppers. We're going to need a bunch of other things. We're going to need to put villagers in place. We're going to need to put zombies in place for that. Well, just one zombie for the design that we're going to be using. But we are going to need iron. So I'm going to repair my shovel and we're going to do a mining session. But also in that mining session, we're going to do something special. So you're probably wondering why I have so many of these oak fence gates, and that is because from now on, up until we find one, when we do mining sessions, we're going to try and find a slime chunk. It's probably going to be a long and tedious process to find one, but once we find one, we'll be able to build our slime farm and check that off of our list. So speaking of the list, so far we have find a village. That's done. Chicken farm is done. Villager breeder is done. Next, we're going to do the iron farm. The trading post is done. The plantation is underway. We are almost there to all mending tools. I actually think all the tools that I wanted, the pickaxe, the shovel, the sword, and the axe, I have all of those, so technically that might be done. I don't really need a mending hoe. That doesn't really help me. But yeah, slime farm is also on there, and a gold farm and a honey farm. We do now know where there is a beehive we can grab, so we will be able to do the honey farm, and then finally, once we have the resources, the excavator. So if you're not familiar with the process of identifying slime chunks, basically if you mine a shaft anywhere between 0 and 39 Y level, slimes will be able to spawn. You can mine a mine shaft that is 3 wide and 2 high, and you can turn on chunk borders with a specific F key, and then you can map out the borders of the chunks using these gates. So basically you'll place 3 gates across inside of your mine shaft, which I'll show you guys when I'm down there. And then obviously you'll be able to walk in and out of those gates, but that will mean that if any slimes spawn in the chunks, they will be contained within that chunk and you will have identified the slime chunk. And once we identify one, we will be building a slime farm. But we're gonna go ahead and do the mining session, and I'll show you guys a little bit of how this works. We're not gonna do a time lapse for this mining session, but I am gonna spend some time mining because we do need a lot of iron for this iron farm that we are going to build. And we also obviously will need iron for the future. But we're going to do that. We're going to do some snow farming. We're going to do some more work on our massive plantation base. And it's going to be epic. So we've already ran into a cave, which I spent quite a bit of time lighting up so that we kind of limit the hostile mob count and killing all the mobs that were in those caves. And I've blocked off quite a few chunks already, and there's no sign of any slimes just yet. So I actually brought a clock down here and a bed so that if it turns night, I can actually go to sleep. That way, that'll limit the amount of hostile mobs that spawn on the surface as well. So that'll make it a little bit easier to figure out which one of these could potentially be a slime chunk. So yeah, there's nothing yet. I will eventually start doing branch mining so that we can kind of go off in either direction and see if we can find any slime chunks going off that way. Yeah, so this is how ultimately you can do it like I showed. You can have fences along the edges, well, gates along the edges of each of the chunks. I have the chunk borders turned on. By the way, that hotkey is F3 plus G will turn the borders for each of the chunks on and off. So this way, if a slime does spawn in the slime chunk, I will know exactly which chunk is the slime chunk because I block off the chunk borders with the gates. So I'm gonna keep going at this and hopefully we find a slime pretty soon. We may have gotten a bit lucky. So, oh, get out of here. You're ruining the video. Go away. Come on, get out of here. Okay, anyway, we may have gotten a bit lucky. So I was doing some of that branch mining, which actually leads into this cave right over there. Come on, leave me alone. And yeah, there's a lot of mobs spawning, but I am almost certain that this chunk is a slime chunk. So I was running through this area. I was looking over here. Didn't see anything, ran that direction, did some lighting, came back, and there was a slime chilling right here. So it's either this chunk or the next chunk, and I am just getting wrecked by all the mobs. But anyway, so it's either this chunk or this chunk. I'm pretty sure it is this chunk. We're gonna have to do a bit more testing to clarify. The only problem is we're right in the middle of a big cave, which is right next to a gigantic ravine. So we're definitely gonna have a lot of lighting to do if we want this slime farm to do any sort of magic. You know, if it doesn't work that well, we could always just go to a different location, see if we can find one that's not smack dab right next to a giant cave. But anyway, I think this will be the area for our slime farm. We're just gonna have to build a bunch of platforms in the chunk going from Y level 40 to Y level 0. And we're gonna need some iron golems, which that's where our iron farm is going to come in handy. Actually, if you don't believe me that I found a slime, here's some slime balls that I got from him. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to remember where this is and come back to it. But anyway, let's pop down to my storage area down below so that I can show you guys everything I got from this mining session. Fortune 3 is quite powerful. So from that mining session, which took me maybe about an hour and a half, we got, what is that, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11 and a half stacks of coal, 2.5 stacks of iron, 15 gold, some flint, bunch of lapis, so it looks like 4.5 stacks, 7.5-ish stacks of redstone, 2 ender pearls. We actually killed a couple endermen in our travels, a few iron ingots that some zombies were holding, some gunpowder from the creepers, 36 diamonds, which is pretty good, some random golden armor that I also got from some zombies, which actually has protection 3 and unbreaking 3, which I guess is kind of cool. Some bones, obviously, just some random stuff, and these 4 slimes and the slime chunk, of course. Very successful mining session. So let's pop back up to the surface. I'm actually going to grab all the iron because we are going to need that for the farm. I'm going to grab a bunch of stacks of coal as well because we're going to need that immediately. Everything else can chill down here for now. But let's pop back up to the surface because I want to show you guys the plans for the iron farm and for the rest of this video. So the iron farm is a design by Waddles, who is a very well-known YouTuber. I've created this iron farm in my creative world, and it works like a charm. It's really simple. The fact that we already have villagers makes it really easy. The hardest part then is going to be moving the villagers into the farm and moving a zombie into the farm, but then after that it should just go like crazy. So this is where we're going to build the iron farm, about 25 blocks above the surface so that none of the iron golems can spawn down on the surface, but right there is where we're going to be putting the iron farm. That way when we're AFKing in this area, hopefully it should get activated and we can get mass amounts of iron. But in order to do that, we're going to need to build hoppers, we're going to need to make some glass, and we're going to need to start corralling villagers and a zombie over there to get this thing going. So in order for this farm to function correctly, we had to be at least 20 blocks above the surface. So we have quite the view from up here. Our starter area looks really cool. But anyway, so we started out with this platform. It is 11 across by, I believe this way it goes about 8 blocks, I think that is. And then you go up a level and you have a platform 4 blocks by 11 blocks. So this design is actually a popular design, popularized by a YouTuber by the name of Waddles, a very popular guy. I'm going to link the video in the description where he shows the full build for this farm. But anyway, the next thing that we need to do, so this is the platform up top actually where the iron golems will spawn. The reason you need to be so high up is so that golems can't spawn on any of the ground blocks below. So the next thing we need to do is make the chamber for the zombie, and this is going to be the most time-consuming part of this whole thing. I need to find a zombie, probably gonna have to wait till nighttime, and then lead it all the way up here and get it to go into this hole where it will live forever, and it will be named Griff. Anyway, we actually need to build downward. So I'll show you a little bit about how this is going to work. I'll place some water so that we can have a pillar to go down into, so we can place some blocks along the side there. I'm actually going to do dirt so that we don't have to waste any of the stone that we're just going to have to break anyway. So we go down and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, come back up. And then at the 4th level, we will place a permanent block, which I'm going to use glass so that I can actually see this farm working. We're going to come back up before that, that pushes us off. I'll grab the water back. And now we have the tiny little piece of glass. We're going to surround that with other glass, and then we're going to have to lead the zombie all the way up here. After that, we're going to build the chambers for the villagers. But yeah, it's going to take a while, but we're going to have to get one of our undead friends up here and get him into this hole. Hey, buddy. Are you my lucky Griff? We will see. Come over here. Walk up the dirt staircase. Follow me the whole way. I promise you. It's going to be fantastic. I have cookies and milk and all kinds of stuff up there. Oh, wait, you're zombie. Brains. That's what's up there. No, not... Go away. Not you. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on, little guy. Come on. You know you want my brains. Come on. Almost there. Oh, yes, we are. We're almost there. Okay. Now just get in the hole. Just get in the hole. Yeah. Yes. And there you have it. Griff, our stone brick holding friend who's gonna help us get a ton of iron. We're now working on getting the villagers over to the iron farm. I got one over already. The quickest way to do it is I'm just plopping a bad boy into the cart. I got this little rail leading up out of the trading post. I kind of made this rail shoot up and kind of removed it, and you know, I basically just repurposed this little area here so that we can get our villagers out of here, and I already got one out. So let me show you exactly what we're doing here. It's not very difficult. Let me just lay a couple tracks down here, and then we'll shoot back down, and all we gotta do is just push the bad boy up the hill, and bada bam, we got him out. Then we just gotta lead him all the way over to the iron farm. So let's give this guy a push. Come on, get on the track. Let's go. Not that way. Oh. Come on. There we go. All right. Now we'll follow him up. I'm making sure I'm doing this in the daytime. Obviously, I don't want to lose any villagers, and I'm making sure I'm covering this back up so no mobs can get back down into there, because I do not want to lose my trading posts anytime soon. So we'll put some dirt over this just to kind of cover it up. And now we have a villager on the surface. So here's what I'm doing now. I'm just making some rails, and I'm leading them all the way over to the iron farm over there. And we should have to do this one more time after this to get all 3 villagers into the iron farm. And then after that, we are pretty much done. We just have to do a couple more things for the farm, and then it should start working. So let's see if we can get this guy a little bit further. I didn't want to use powered rails here. You know, then I'd have to lay down, you know, levers or another sort of power. Let's not do that. Some other sort of block that's gonna power the rails, and I'd rather just give him a push. Just give this guy a bit of a push here. We'll lay down the track there so that he's actually on the track. We'll give him a push, and he'll keep going. Eventually, we will make it over there. All 3 of the villagers are now in place, so the last thing we need to do is put on the killing chamber for the iron golems, and then put the water on top and some stone walls and a few other things, and that should be it. The hardest part is over. So now what we need to do is we need to build an area up here where the iron golems will fall in and get killed by lava. That is the plan. So I'm gonna kind of make a little bit of scaffolding over here. Classic scaffolding, not the new scaffolding, of course. Yeah, so we're gonna come around the front here. And we just need to build all the way across, then build 3 over there. And the easiest way to do this now is to actually just pop up. It's always a little challenging when you're building something up in the sky because you gotta figure out the best way to kind of make sure you don't fall and die. I don't have feather falling. But yeah, building over water is actually always a good bet. So we're gonna build this little area out here. That should be 1 more. And yeah, so then we'll put a temporary block and build these 3 here. Then we just gotta go up to match the glass here. And we'll skip that one. We can actually probably get rid of that. Then we'll come up this way. And then we're also going to have to build 1 block up. Or is it 2? I can't remember exactly. We'll figure it. Oh yeah, 2 blocks up because we need this to go 1 above the platform up top so the iron golems can't make their way up here. I should have enough glass. If not, I can run back down and grab some more. I have some more smelting. And that should be good. So then we go down and we're going to build the floor. The floor just has to be 1 block below the glass, so we'll throw, probably makes sense to go down 1 more block. All right, so we'll go, we'll just come down here. No big deal for now. Okay, we'll place a temporary block. Place that one there. And we'll build across. And once we get this line going, we should be able to just pop up there and jump down and build it ourselves. So we're going to build 3 out that way. We'll leave a 3 block gap in the middle. And then, actually I think it's 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's 4. And then we'll leave a gap. And then we'll build out this way. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll place a temporary block there. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll leave the 3 block gap in the middle. That's where the quote-unquote killing chamber is going to be for the iron golem. So I'll pop up here, and let me think this through. I can always just jump down into the water. So I'll pop up to the top. Not like that. Okay, we build this little area. And, okay. Parkour! All right. Okay, then we got this area here. And that should do it. Now we have to build a couple blocks down. We're just gonna have to jump down into the water. All right, build 3 blocks down from there. Then we have to put glass there, which we'll wait till last, but we also need to put some glass here. This is where the lava is going to be. Bottom part here needs to be hoppers. I'll leave that glass till last so I can make my way in and out of here. All right, now we need some signs to keep the lava in place. And this is also where the iron golems are going to sit while they take damage from the lava. So we put the lava right up top of this sign right here. We're also going to need to put some signs up there so that the water that we're eventually going to place will not flow over. 9 hoppers down here to collect the iron and the poppies that we're going to get. We got them moving into a double chest. Eventually we could expand this storage, but then we want to close this off. I think I put too many. Yeah, that one's not needed. 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, then we go up top and I have some stone walls, well, cobblestone walls. And we're gonna have to make a perimeter around the top here and place down the walls. We're using walls because the iron golems cannot spawn on top of the walls. So we'll place them here. We'll also build a perimeter around the top. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Now we'll leave this open here so that we can get out of here. but we'll place blocks like this. I'll place a temporary block on top of that. Smack that away. Then we'll come around, and we can put a block right there. That doesn't really matter. I'll just leave that. We'll come around the top. And almost there. 2. We'll place that block right there once again. Then we'll come and we'll meet this glass. And bam. Then we'll place the walls all the way around the top. When that's all said and done, you should have something that looks like this. Walls going all the way around. So across here is where your water streams are going to go, and they're going to lead down right to here. And then we're going to place 3 water sources there, 3 water sources there, and a lava source right down in the middle right there, and the farm will be complete. Look, look, look! We found a kitty cat! Come here! Come here! Creeper farm! Creeper farm! Kitty cat! Come here! Eat the cod! Eat the fish! Come here! Eat the fish! I'm not gonna hurt you! Eat the fish! Eat the fish! Eat the... Yes, yes, yes! Kitty cat! Kitty cat! Yes! Creepers will not stand a chance against my fierce kitty cat. What are we gonna name you? I don't know. Leave a comment, guys. What do you think I should name the kitty cat? But that means we can build a creeper farm. And there you have it, the finished product. So we have a lava source right in the middle on top of the middle sign right down there. So the iron golems are going to spawn up on here, flow down, fall into the lava. Their heads are going to be stuck in the lava. They're going to drop, and their items are going to go into the hoppers and collect in the double chest. So we put the lava source there, 3 water sources there, 3 water sources over there, and water sources along the back there. So the fact that this is the correct length means we don't have to stop the water from flowing over. It lines up perfectly with the end. So there's one last thing we have to do, and then we will sit and wait and pray that this thing works. So the last thing is we have to break this block, we have to break this block, and we have to break that block. Now the villagers can see the zombie, and they'll get terrified and hopefully start spawning iron golems. So let's wait and see if we can get one. And there you go. It's working already. I'm so excited. Oh my god. My farms never work on the first try. Yes! Not sure how that happened. Looks like we're gonna have to do a bit more layering to make sure that they can't spawn anywhere other than on the water. But okay, let me show you what I got going. I just built this little pillar here so we can get up to the top. And I just realized I'm gonna have to replace these 2 blocks up here with, I'm gonna do glass, because I don't believe golems can spawn on glass. That would be the whole point here. So I'll place these 2 with glass, but we got the pillar, and look, we got 36 iron so far, which is super, super awesome. But anyway, I'm gonna work on making sure that I spawn-proof the entire top platform other than just the water. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about those iron golems down in the water there. We'll have to figure that out. But anyway, the next thing that we're gonna do to wrap up the video is we're gonna go ahead and got another one. Completely level this entire area here to make space for our mega base. And if we have any time, maybe we'll do another building session for the mega base to make a little progress on that. I think I figured out that problem. I believe it's because I have blocks right here. Technically, the golems could spawn on that little ledge, I think. So I'm gonna go around and replace all of these blocks with walls, as that was technically the original design anyway. I think we're good now. I got rid of all of the stone bricks along the perimeter and replaced them with stone walls, cobblestone walls. And I also replaced this with glass because I was a little paranoid that they could maybe potentially spawn over here. I did verify that they cannot spawn on top of chests. But anyway, look at this. This has only been running for maybe 15 minutes, and we already got over a stack of iron. It's running like crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and let this thing go, and hopefully we'll just have way more iron than we'll know what to do with. But anyway, as I mentioned, the next thing is we're going to level this entire hill over here. So we're gonna get that with the time lapse. I hope you guys enjoy. We're gonna go ahead and get started. That is a wrap on the time-lapse and the terraforming session. So all in all, including the time I had to he's really loud. I had to recharge my tools a couple times. It was about 3 hours it took to clear out that entire area. So hopefully next episode we can make some more progress on our mega base. And I also wanted to end by showing you guys the iron farm. Check that out. We got about 21 stacks of iron since this thing was finished, and the sun is going down on another episode of my Minecraft survival series. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. If you liked the episode, please don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up, and if you look forward to future episodes, please hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Thank you all so much for joining me as usual. I'll see you guys again. Thanks. Bye bye.